Hey Jason, here from Simply Swider. If your Amana dryer is tumbling but your clothes are coming out cold, you're in the right place. I'm going to show you the 5 most common fixes. And here's the best part. 90% of these problems cost less than $50 to fix yourself. Before we get started, if you run into any questions, jump into our Facebook group. Links in the description. We've got thousands of people helping each other fix their appliances, and I pop in there daily to help out. Now, I'm going to walk you through the 5 most common causes when your Amana dryer won't heat, starting with the simplest fixes and working our way up to the more involved ones. Here's the thing, about 90% of no heat issues come down to just these 5 problems, and honestly, half the time it's something that'll cost you less than $20 to fix. So, the number one culprit when your dryer tumbles but won't heat is a blown thermal fuse. This little guy right here is basically a safety switch that cuts power to the heating element if things get too hot, usually around 196 degrees. Here's what happens. Lint builds up, airflow gets restricted, temperatures spike, and boom, this fuse blows to protect your dryer from catching fire. You can see on the screen right now where it's located in the rear blower housing. I had this customer last month call me in a panic. Her dryer was running, but clothes were coming out stone cold. First thing I checked was this thermal fuse with my multimeter on the
Use a
continuity
probe to
setting.
touch
Sure
one of the
enough, no
fuse's
beep, it was
terminals,
toast. To
and the
test
second
yours,
probe
first
to touch
disconnect
the other
power for
terminal.
safety. You'll need a
If the
screwdriver
meter
and a
reading shows
multimeter.
0 ohms
Remove
of
the back
resistance,
panel, usually 4 screws, and touch your multimeter probes to the fuse terminals. A good fuse will beep and show near zero resistance. A blown fuse shows an open loop or infinite resistance. This whole test takes about 5 minutes. If it's bad, unscrew it and install a new OEM part. You're looking at about 4 to $20. Here's the key though, always clean your vents when you replace this fuse. Don't ask me how I know that, but if you don't fix the lint problem that caused it, you'll be back here in 6 months doing the same repair. If your thermal fuse is good, the heating element is your next suspect. These metal coils heat the air, and over time they break or short out against the heater box. You can see right here on the screen how to spot a broken element. Sometimes you'll see visible breaks in the coil, other times you need to test for resistance. Should read somewhere between 10 and 50 ohms on your multimeter. I remember this lady who called me about her 5-year-old Amana. Dryer was running fine, but clothes were taking 3 cycles to dry. Pulled out my meter, tested the element, and got nothing. Complete open circuit. The coil had snapped right in half. To
If the high
replace
limit
it,
thermostat now
disconnect
reads
power and
low,
use a
rotate the
5/16
heating element
nut
so that the
driver to
connectors are to the
remove
bottom
the heater
left where
box
the
from the
wires will
back.
reconnect.
You're looking at
Slide
anywhere
the
from
heat.
$22 for a basic element up to about $280 for some of the fancier assemblies. Way cheaper than my $300 service call. For you folks with gas dryers, faulty solenoids are a big one. These coils open the gas valve, and when they fail, you get intermittent heat or no heat at all. Here's your diagnostic test.
simply
Start a
remove the
cycle
lower
and
panel
watch through
by
the lower
inserting a
front
flathead
panel
screwdriver
peephole.
to release
You
the
should
2
see the
clips.
igniter glow bright orange for about 30 seconds, then hear a whoosh
Check
as
for
gas
wire harness.
ignites into a blue flame. If the igniter glows but shuts off without that flame lighting, your solenoids have failed and can't open the gas valve. They should test between 1 and 2000 ohms on your multimeter. This guy called me last week, said his dryer would heat sometimes but not others. Classic solenoid problem. The coils were weak and couldn't consistently open that gas valve. After 15 minutes of heating up, they'd fail completely. To fix it, unplug the dryer, shut off your gas supply, remove the front lower panel, and replace the solenoids as a set. Don't just do one. If one's going bad, the others aren't far behind. You're looking at about 6 to $85 for the set. Now here's one that'll drive you crazy. Your dryer's heating fine, but clothes are taking forever to dry. That's usually clogged venting. Lint builds up in
Clean
your
out this
internal
tube as well,
ducting or that
but be
house
careful
exhaust
as it
pipe,
can
and even though the
tear
dryer's
things too
getting
quickly.
hot, the
Vacuum
moisture
up
can't
any
escape.
dust or debris
Some
on the
models will
floor
even
and
show a check
reattach the
vent
vent.
light when this happens. I can't tell you how many times I've gone out to a house where the homeowner swore the dryer was broken and it was just a completely blocked vent. Go outside and feel the airflow at your exhaust hood while the dryer runs. You should feel strong, warm air pushing out consistently. Weak airflow means blockage. To fix this, vacuum out the internal lint chute behind your dryer, then use a rotary duct brush or leaf blower to clear the external vent pipe. This fix costs nothing but saves you hundreds. Trust me, you'll be amazed how much junk comes out of there. For gas dryers, a bad igniter will leave you with no heat at all. This part glows red hot to light the gas, and over time it burns out or cracks. Easiest way to check is look through that peephole during a cycle. You should see a bright orange glow. No glow means bad igniter. You can also test for continuity with your multimeter. Here's something most people don't know. Never touch the dark part of a new igniter with bare hands. The
Cracked.
oils from your skin will cause it to crack when it
Now
heats
we
up.
want
I
to
learned that one the
slide the
hard way on
igniter
a service
back into
call years ago.
position.
To replace it, you'll need to disassemble the
Great
front
job.
panel and drum to access the burner assembly. It's a bit involved, but definitely doable. New igniter will run you about 30 to 45 bucks. The thermal fuse is your cheapest fix. We're talking 4 to 20 bucks for the part. It's basically a one-time safety switch that trips when things get too hot. Once it blows, you got to replace it. There's no resetting this thing. What I always tell folks is test this one with your multimeter on continuity. Should beep or show near zero resistance when it's good. The tricky part isn't replacing it, it's making sure you fix whatever caused it to blow in the first place. For electric dryers, the heating element is where your money goes, anywhere from 22 bucks up to about 280 depending on your model. These resistance coils generate all your heat, and when they break, you're getting cold air only. Here's what I've learned over the years. Don't just assume the element's bad if you're not getting heat. Sometimes it's just the high limit thermostat that's failed, and you'll waste money replacing a perfectly good element. The cycling thermostat regulates your drum temperature by turning the burner or element on and off. Should be closed at room temperature and open up between 120 and 160 degrees. I see people all the time thinking their timer's shot when it's really just this thermostat not advancing the cycle properly. Simple continuity test will tell you if it's working right. For gas models, solenoids run about 6 to 85 bucks for a set. These coils open the gas ports and they should test between 1 and 2000 ohms. Here's the sneaky thing about solenoids. They'll often work fine when cold, but fail after heating up for 15 minutes, makes them tough to diagnose with a quick test. Let's break down your potential costs. And remember, always start with the cheapest fix first. Thermal fuse, $4 to $20, heating element, 22 to 280, gas solenoid, 6 to 85 for the set. Even worst case, you're looking at under 300 in parts versus a $400 service call. Now you can see right there on your screen the most common Amana models that have these heating issues. Don't ask me how I know that, but if you spot your model number up there, you're definitely not alone with this problem. These units right here are the ones I see most often in my service calls. That's how you tackle an Amana dryer that won't heat. Start with that thermal fuse. It's cheap and fixes about half these problems. Work your way through the heating element, solenoids, check your venting, and finally the igniter if you've got gas. Remember, a clogged dryer isn't just annoying, it's a fire hazard. If you found a ton of lint today, make sure you're cleaning those vents regularly. If you guys know someone who's having appliance troubles, please send them the link to this video or a link to my channel where I have tons of other videos showing how to fix pretty common issues with appliances, sometimes for free or as little cost as possible. It sure beats having a repairman come out and spending several hundred for them to fix it when it could be something so simple. If this got your dryer heating again, smash that like button and comment below with your specific model number and which fix worked. This creates a database that helps the next person with your exact dryer. Your success story might save someone else hours of troubleshooting, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We'll get this out to more folks who need to save some time and money. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.